The market is crashing. Bitcoin price as of today is about $19,146. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you if we are still going lower, because to my opinion, we are still going lower. We're still going to, test different lows. We're still going to get to 10,000 because of what is happening to Bitcoin. The kind of fundamental news we are getting in cryptocurrency, and not just in crypto, also in the stock market. What is happening, how the Fed is increasing the interest rate. I can tell you this interest rate being increased by the Fed, I think is something that they will keep doing. Looking at the dollar right now is actually so strong, now causing serious selling pressure in so many asset class, most especially the Bitcoin price. Now when we look at some of the news in crypto, we look at what is happening right now in the crypto space. Now this is 3 Arrow Capital, reported that are going bankruptcy. These are some of the news that cause a lot of selling pressure in the market. We saw what happened to Luna a few months back, how Luna gets crushed, and the side effect of what happened to Luna is being affected in all the cryptocurrency platforms. Now we have seen so many DeFi lending protocols, or centralized DeFi protocols like Celsius and Voyager. You can see Voyager stopping trading, deposits and withdrawals. Now this thing is really going crazy. We saw what happened to Celsius, how their Celsius stopped withdrawals, and so many other things happening in their platform. Now look at BlockFi. BlockFi right now has been bought by FTX for $240 million. Now this was a company that was valued at $5 to $6 billion around 2021, during the bull market. But right now BlockFi has been bought over for $240 million. Guys, this is a massive discount. Now these happenings and so many other things happening to cryptocurrency is really causing the selling pressure we are seeing today. And I can tell you, I don't think we are done yet. I think we'll have another leg down in the market. I'm going to be showing you in the chart what I think that is going to happen to Bitcoin in the next coming weeks and months. So let's get straight into the video. Welcome to Deep Tutorials. In Deep Tutorials, we make videos that are good for your pocket. You can see the videos we have in our channels. We talk about different things. We talk about cryptocurrency. We talk about airdrop. I will talk about so many things in our channel. All you need to do is to like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and turn on the bell notification. And don't forget to join our Telegram group. You can check the link in the description and join our Telegram channel, because in that Telegram we're going to be doing a lot of things. We're going to be sharing so many market updates on whatsoever that is happening in the crypto space in our Telegram group. Now let's get straight into the chart. Let me show you what is happening in Bitcoin right now technically. All right, this is Bitcoin. As you can see right now, I'm in a short position with Bitcoin right now. You can see where I took a short position, because when the market was seriously dropping heavily, I decided to start looking for opportunity to start shorting the market. So this is what I've made so far. You can see where I entered the market and where the market is right at the moment. I'm expecting the market to retest the previous low, which is around 17,665. And not just that, I'm expecting for us to have new lows, because looking at what is happening in the crypto space right now, there is so much fear, there's so much uncertainty in the financial market, which is causing a lot of selling pressure in the cryptocurrency space. So all I need to do is to take advantage of the market by shorting the market. You can see where I short the market. I short the market in MT4 forex broker. You can see, if you trade forex, you know about MT4. But in the upcoming videos, I'm going to be telling you more about this platform and why I love using it to trade. So this is what is happening to Bitcoin right now. As of right now, I am shorting the market. I'm expect the Bitcoin price to keep creating new lows. But in this video, I'm going to be doing analysis, showing you what is happening in the higher time frame down to the lower time frame. All right, as you can see, this is Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. So let me show you what is happening at the moment on the weekly time frame before we go to every other time frames that we have here. All right, you can see this is the range we are currently trading on. This is the range we are currently trading on. So let me go ahead to remove this. Okay, this is the range we are currently trading on. So this is my Fibonacci, but this my Fibonacci only have just 50%. So that's what I'm looking at. This is the range we are currently trading on. So you can see the way we are seriously going to the downside without having a major pullback on the weekly time frame. Now looking at Bitcoin, I'm not surprised that we are not having any pullback on the higher time frame, talking about the weekly time frame. But look at this beautiful bullish run all the way from 11,000 to over $57,000. You can see this is just the little pullback we have here, and we keep massively impulsing to the upside. Now, why is it happening like this? I think it's happening like this because of the psychology around crypto. People love cryptocurrency, and that's why when the Bitcoin price was going up, a lot of people were buying it, and it was heavily creating new highs. Now the same thing happened to when right now Bitcoin is actually going down. You can see how the market is seriously moving to the downside without creating any retracements. You can see what is happening right now. But looking at what is happening on the weekly perspective, I'm expecting a pullback, but obviously we might not see the pullback or those heavy pullbacks that we're expecting. If we might not see it, but if you look at other asset class that is pairing against US dollars like Euro USD and AUD USD, you see that the market have significantly pulled back. But such thing is not happening to Bitcoin because of so many things that are happening in the crypto space that we are not having this pullback. So looking at what is happening right here, so we can see the low we just created. So for me, I'm expecting the Bitcoin price to go and get to this level of $10,000. So once we get to 10,000, this is my first target in Bitcoin. Now if we fail to see a bullish move or a bullish pattern in these levels, we're going to be seeing Bitcoin retesting the COVID-19 low. Now COVID-19 low is actually what the price I'm expecting Bitcoin price to get to, for the market to get to the COVID-19 low. This is where I can be able to buy a lot. Now when we get to that COVID-19 low, that's about $3,867. That's funny. Now the question is, will Bitcoin get to $3,867? Now someone will be like, oh, Bitcoin can never get to, but I want to tell you this, never say never, because the financial market can go as high as you want, as low as you want. It doesn't care what you are thinking. So but this is actually my target. The first target is around 10,000 region. The second target is around 3,867. I hear Robert Kiyosaki saying that Bitcoin price will get to $1,000. Now I can tell you, it's not far-fetched. Anything can happen. The market can get to $1,000. So don't just say Bitcoin can never ever get to $1,000. Anything can happen. Just have that in the back of your mind. Now looking at what is happening right now on the weekly range, normally we could have been expecting a pullback around to this 50% region before we expect another leg down. But obviously this thing might not happen this way because of what is happening right now. All the DeFi projects that have been affected by all this selling pressure happening in crypto has really affecting so many things. So we might not expect that big pullback to happen to this level before we take another leg down. We can still have a pullback depending on what is happening on the US dollars, on how the Fed will stop increasing the interest rate over the upcoming days and weeks. So looking at this is what we're expecting on the weekly time frame, to have a pullback, but we might not see this big pullback like this on the weekly time frame. We'll actually see these pullbacks on the smaller time frame. We're talking about the 4 hours and the 1 hour. So let's look at the daily to see what is happening on the daily time frame. So looking at the day right now, so this is where we are. This is the range we are currently trading on. As a matter of fact, I missed this shot because it was a beautiful shot around this location. To imagine taking this shot from here down to this place, it's really insane. Like, I really missed this shot. But one thing I will tell you right now, I wouldn't miss any other big move coming in Bitcoin, because right now I've actually taken positions in taking advantage of the market. So now let me show you what is really going on in details in Bitcoin on the daily time frame. Now looking at the daily time frame, this is the range we are currently trading on. Now this is the range we are currently trading on. So I'm going to be showing you that in a jiffy. Alright, so let me go and get my Fibonacci. So this is the range we are currently trading on. Now this is premium and discount. Now you might not know what is premium and discount. What it means, if the price is high, you have to sell. If the price is low, you have to buy. So this is premium and discount. Now looking at price right now, we actually need a discount level whereby that we have to expect buys. But looking at the sentiment, because you have to follow the trend. You don't just come and decide what you feel. You have to follow the trend. So when the Bitcoin created a low, now this was a low Bitcoin created, which is at 17,000. Now look at this minor pullback it did. This is a very minor pullback, but it didn't get to previous lower high. So this is my previous lower high level. So let me go ahead to zoom it so you understand what I'm trying to explain. So this is my previous lower high level. You can see the market did not get to it, but the market, this my previous lower high level. Let me get this. So the market did not get to this previous lower high level. So this is where it stops, and it was moving correctively. I will show you on the 4-hour time frame that this move right here, it was a very corrective move. It wasn't an impulsive move, but the selling pressure was a serious impulsive movement. So I'm going to be showing you that in other charts. So the market get to this place, but it was moving correctively. But you can see when the market started retracing down, trying to retest these lows. So this is actually the low I'm actually targeting. I am still in this trade. I am still holding it. I'm still going to be holding it to see what will happen to the market if we can break this low and create more new lows. So looking at the daily time frame, I'm expecting a pullback. Yeah, I'm seriously expecting pullback in Bitcoin, but I don't think we are going to have it because of one of the things I just explained. Because one of the things the market does is to move from premium to discount. So looking at what is happening right now, I'm expecting pullback. Normally we should have a pullback in Bitcoin, but look at what's happening right now. We should have a pullback. Minimum is 50% pullback. But looking at what is happening, fundamentally, all the news, all the exchanges closing down. Like we've been hearing some fraud around in KuCoin trying to stop withdrawal, but I don't think that's true, because when I heard that news, I decided to make a withdrawal in KuCoin and I received my money. So normally we should expect a pullback in Bitcoin, minimum 50% pullback before taking another leg down. But because of what is happening, we might not be having that major pullback in Bitcoin, most especially on the higher time frames. So looking at right now in Bitcoin on the daily time frame, we are still going lower. There is no sign of bullishness, because even if you're going to go bullish now, even if you want to go bullish on the daily time frame, so this is what I expect the market to do, for the market to come and break this previous lower high here. So with a body close, if the market breaks it with a body close, I'm expecting 50% retracement and for the market to create more higher high. But right now we did not even get to that level. Not talk about breaking that structure. So we did not get to that level. So obviously we are still shorting the market. Like I said, you should not be like, oh, I'm expecting a 50% pullback. If 50% pullback does not happen, I'm not going to sell. If that is your rule of engagement in trading, which is fine, but one of the things I look at is to also follow the trend. I follow the trend a lot to make sure that I do what the trend says, so that I can keep making money from the market. So looking at what we are seeing here, we have not gotten to the previous lower high, so we are expecting more sales as the market is creating those structures. All we need to do is to keep selling the market. So that is for Bitcoin on the daily time frame. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame to see what is happening in Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame. Now looking at the 4-hour time frame right now, we are still bearish. We are still bearish, but the 4-hour time frame is where I do my analysis and decide to pick the direction of the market. I look at the daily time frame to be able to look at some things, but the 4-hour time frame is actually one of the things I look at right now because of what is happening. Now looking at what is happening, this is what is happening to Bitcoin right now. Now I've shown you things on the daily time frame and on the weekly time frame. So this is what is happening to Bitcoin right now. So this is what I am analyzing. So this is the previous lower high that the market created here, but we didn't break it. You can see I did some analysis right here, thinking that the market would get to that level, but the market didn't get to that level. Now let me show you what I did here. So when the market created this low and this market pushed up to this level, when we had this bullish movement, I was expecting to take a long here. When I mean long, I mean buy. So I was expecting to take a long, but as you can see, we did not have that pullback for me to take that long. So there was no pullback for me to take that long at this level, but the market keep moving up now, which is fine. You don't need to chase the trade. All you need to do is allow the market to come to you, then you execute. That is what a sniper does. That is what traders does. So when the market impulsively moved up, you can see the movement. The movement was corrective. Some people will take this as a lower high. For me, I didn't take this as a lower. I didn't take this as, this is my major structure, which is here. For me, I'm very conservative trader, looking at some things. following my rule of engagement. Some people will take this, why I don't take it. It depends on how you trade. I'm not trying to say that the way you trade is wrong, the way you are trading is right, but this is my own perspective and my rule of engagement. So looking at when the market gets to this level, you can see I started seeing some failures in creating higher highs. So looking at what is happening here, the market pushed up, creating another high, retracement, pushed up and created another high. Now looking at this, I was seeing a bullish movement. I was thinking, okay, the market might actually tap to these levels, but I was looking very, very closely to see the market tap into that level. But one of the interesting things that was happening, once the market gets here, the market pulled down and get to this demand area. Now once the market get to this demand area, you can see we were unable to break this structure. For example, this was a structure, but the market did not break it, so we just wicked on it. So let me show you. This was a structure, but we did not break it. We did not break this structure, this demand area with a body close. We just wicked on it, and when we wicked on it, you can see the way we correctively move to the upside. So I was thinking, oh, when the market gets here and it didn't break this structure, that maybe we're going to tap this to this deeper level. So but look at what happened here. The market correctively start moving up and get to this previous high, start trying as if you want to sell, but you can see it pushed up, rejected, pushed up again. I think this was not a break, so this was just a body. We can see the body just wicked it. This bearish candle just wicked above this wick here. So when that happened, when I decided to sell this market and when I decided to short this market was when we had this break. Now you can see this break. This break gave me confidence that the market is ready to sell. Because why? Some people will put a sell limit here. Now, if you put a sell limit here, obviously you are being tapped and you are in profit. But sometimes if you put a sell limit here, you will be tagged inside the market and the market will keep going up. So that is one of the things that usually happen in the financial market, of which I don't like taking those things. I like seeing the market committing. Yeah, I like seeing the market committing, showing me that the market is about to reverse before I take action. So that is my trading pattern. So I knew when this thing happened, I didn't put a sell limit, but this is a good supply area, which is a minor supply area. Because why? The market have the ability to break it and go to the to the major one. So this is the major supply area here. This is the major supply area, but this is a minor supply area, but the market respected it. Yeah, that doesn't mean that the market doesn't respect it, but for me as a trader to be able to pick it as my entry, I need to look for other confirmation that I can tell myself, oh, the market is reversing, so with that I can take a shot in the market. So when that happened, when I see that the market was actually rejecting in that area, look, what did I do? I was watching the market closely. So this bearish 4-hour candle was what gave me the confidence that the market is about to sell. You can see this bearish move. Now, this bearish move caused a lot of breaking structure. You can see the market breaking this structure with a body close. You can see body close. I take body close as break, and that shows me if we are bullish or bearish in anything I'm looking at. Now you can see the way we broke so many structures here with this bearish candle, and that will give me a huge confidence that, oh, the market is about to sell. Now you can see what happened here. We broke this structure, and we still broke this structure, with a body close. I was like, okay, that this is amazing. I'm about to take shots. And what did I do next? I take out my Fibonacci, my premium and discount. You can see if you take a premium and discount too, you can see we pulled back 50%. Now this was some of the things I show you on the weekly time frame and on daily time frame. We couldn't see a pullback, but looking at on the 4-hour here, we see the way we pull back 50%. Now sometimes we'll pull back 50%, sometimes we'll pull back to the extreme here, to this previous high, and still sell. But what we did here was to pull back 50%, and you can see the market flushing to the downside. That was really a brilliant entry. The market didn't take me on a major draw. You can see where I took the entry. So when I see this market exhausting, I took advantage of the next candle, and I did not have any drawdown before the market started flushing down. This is because of my pattern of trading and my pattern of entry, which I'll be showing you in this channel. If you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to like our videos, turn on the bell notification, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because in this upcoming month, we're going to be doing a lot of analysis on Bitcoin and so many other crypto asset class. We're going to be doing analysis on. I'm going to be sending trade signals in our Telegram channel. All you need to do is to check the description of this video to join our Telegram channel so that you will not miss any of our content. All right, let's go to the 1 hour time frame for you to see how I was able to take these trades. So you can see what is happening right here. You can see where I took the trade. That was a very, very brilliant entry. So you can see very, 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 very brilliant entry point. So when I saw, okay, for example, I want to show you something. You know, some people have something here. Let me show you something. Let's say this structure here, some people will be like, oh, this is a double top. For example, you put a double top here, which I won't blame you. Let's say let's get to, let me check, let me use this. All right, let me use this, so this was a double top. Let's say for example, this market has not moved. I could have used a barley play too, but my account has expired. I need to come pay for it. So let's say you put a sell limit here, thinking that, oh, this is double top. Now you see how the market, you know, move above it, and you see the market still sell. This is what we call manipulation or psychology. It's because why all these big whales, you know, understand that people place their you know, their orders in all these areas. You can see you can put a sell limit here, you know, thinking that, oh, once the market gets here, it will sell. Now don't get me wrong, the market usually get to those areas and still sell. Yeah, I want to tell you this, the market get to those areas and sell off. Now, but sometimes it doesn't happen. But how do you protect yourself when it doesn't happen? To me, I allowed the market to commit. Now, when I started seeing this bearish movement, I started seeing the commitment of the market. If you go to the 5 minutes time frame, because I took this trade on a 5 minutes time frame. So this is the time frame I trade. I look at weekly, I look at daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 5 minutes. Before I go to 5 minutes, probably I'm trying to find something on the 15 minutes that the market is not really showing me. So this is how I take my trades. So that was how I was able to enter to this very beautiful position. You can see how the market massively moved to the downside, and as you can see, but something happened. You can see how the market, you know, I don't know what happened that day. Probably there was a news about Bitcoin that caused this massive bullishness, now of which is I can also call it a retracement. You know, you can see we retraced, you know, before going down. So if you are not in this trade, probably you put a sell limit here, you could have entered this trade. But I don't think probably, I don't know your stop loss level, but this week is so big. Probably if it was me, it would take my stop loss, because my stop loss cannot be this big. Yeah, so that is actually what it is. So that is for Bitcoin. I'm expecting more selling pressure to the 10,000 area, down to 3,000 area, depending on what the market is showing us based on the higher time frame perspective. Looking at what is happening right now, what is Bitcoin going to do in the next 24 to 48 hours? All right, let's look at it on the 1 hour time frame to see what is actually happening. Seeing what we have done, what has happened in the past, for me, we are still bearish. Like I said, we are still bearish right now. Looking at Bitcoin price right now, what will I do if let's say for example I haven't entered any trade? So this is what I would do at the moment. Looking at what is happening here, let's look at the 4 hours for us to be able to determine our major areas and minor areas. So looking at what is happening right here, we actually broke structure here. But these are minor structures, but you shouldn't neglect them because they have a whole lot of role to play in anything you're doing. They can even cost you a lot of drawdown or even give you snipe entry. So let me get this thing. All right, so we can see the way we broke structure here. So we actually broke structure. So where did we get momentum that caused the break of that structure? For me, it is down here. It is here. This is where we gather the whole momentum that caused the break of this structure, of which is really tricky at the moment, because right now you can actually take a sell. Now you can actually take a sell, which can still happen, which means that the market can still sell from your area, but you can actually take a sell and something has happened. So what is that thing that can happen? Let me show you what is possibly can happen here. So you can actually take a sell. Looking at this here, this is a structure break. So the market can get to this place and reverse. Yeah, the market can get to this place and reverse and decide to retest this wick here. Now it can decide to retest it and still goes down. So that is what the market can do. But for me, what will I expect? If I were to you, all I would do right now is to wait. Guys, I need you to wait. Now, why am I telling you to wait? Allow the market to do its thing. Seeing what this market is doing, you can make a decision. Now, looking at what I would do, I will allow the market to break this guy. I will allow the market to break this guy with a body close. Now, when I see that happening, seeing the market has broken this guy with a body close, I'm expecting another lower high to take the market short to the downsides. So this is what I'm going to be doing by waiting. I cannot just put a sell, thinking that, oh, the market is selling. I want to see this guy taken out. Because why? The 4-hour is bearish, the daily is bearish, the weekly is bearish. So I'm also be looking out for 1 hour to be bearish before I take my trades. So I'm going to be looking out for these guys and this guy to be taken out. When I mean this guy, I'm talking about structure. Okay, I'm looking at these two structures to be taken out. They're going to serve as liquidity in the market. I'm going to be explaining all these things going forward in our videos. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be waiting for these two structures, talking about this and this, to be taken out. So once they are taken out, this is where I'm going to be looking for the next lower high to start taking my short position, targeting this low or targeting other lows. So this is what I'm going to be doing right now, waiting. So there is no point you taking a sell right now, thinking that the market is even showing a sign of selling. For example, I remember when I started trading earlier, if I started seeing a market that is showing like this, I'll take a sell. It will give me a major loss. But right now, I've actually learned the best way. All I need to do is just to wait. Because why? The market can still get here and push up. So I'm waiting for a body close, signifying that the sellers are in control. Once that happens, I'm looking for a lower high and look for the bearish pattern. What is the bearish pattern? I'm going to be teaching you all these things in this channel, showing you bullish pattern, bearish patterns, on how you can actually take your trades. So I'm going to be doing a series in this channel. You don't need to miss it. That series is about trading, talking about crypto trading and the forex trading, because this thing works in all markets. Because personally, I trade forex. So look at the things I trade here. I trade Euro USD, AED USD, and BTC. So this is just the Bitcoin total. This is just the Bitcoin total, like altcoin cap, with all the things happening to crypto. So looking at it, is the same thing with Bitcoin. You can see it's the same thing with Bitcoin, but one of the difference here is this thing was able to pull back to the previous lower high. You can see, but it didn't close. So you can see, but we are expecting a bearish movement down to maybe $500 billion market cap, which can cause a whole lot of selling pressure. Guys, you have to also plan yourself. So this is the things I trade. So I'm going to be teaching you all my trades and everything I do when I do trading. So I believe you have gotten value so far. What is happening to Bitcoin right now? Looking at the looking at the market cap, we're currently at $902 billion. For me, we are still going to go lower to go down to $500 billion market cap because of some of the things happening to Bitcoin right now. All you need to do is to like our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and turn on the bell notification, because we have a lot in for you in this channel. I believe you love this video, so don't forget to do the next view and join our Telegram channel. See you in the next video.